Do you know what it feels like when everyone knows your father's name, but nobody knows yours? My uncle was the late President Yar Adua. My other uncle, late Sheikh Yar Adua. My dad, Senator Abdulaziz Yar Adua. I grew up in a family where the name already carried weight. But here's the truth. Their name doesn't automatically make me anything. If I don't build myself, I'll just be another shadow living off their reputation. And that's what I want you to realize. Your father worked for his name. You can't hide behind it. You have to build yours. Within the next 24 hours, take one step that makes your name stronger. Whether it's discipline in your habits, committing to your goals, or building your skills. Because at the end of the day, people might respect your father's name, but they will only remember yours if you put in the work. Remember, nobody is coming to save you. It's on you.
Okay, so before I say anything, there is something I saw in the comment section of this video that's quite interesting. I want us to the first one, and this is on a lighter note. Your mouth just sweet anyhow. 3 square me pikin. So another person said, Nepo baby don't drop quotes. Okay. Oh young man, it's your father's name that is making this going viral. Be grateful and stop being the opposite. That's quite harsh and extreme. But of course there are learning curves. I will always look out for the learning curves. I'll start with this particular one from Sir Fola Jomi. Of course, you should know Sir Fola Jomi. I think he's an investor, real estate guy, and I follow him and his expert thought on so many things. Very resourceful. So he said, my take your unfair advantage where you can. Everyone is. God gave it to you and would surely balance it out with something else. Guess what? People attacked, people were ignorant. And then this particular guy, Oluwasegun Kolawole, further went to buttress it and replying to somebody who was curious to knowing what was the unfair advantage. I said, it's sad that you guys don't know the meaning of unfair advantage. Safola Jomi is referring to here. In this regard, he meant he has an opportunity, an advantage that is not accessible to every other person. So he should take it as an advantage to climb on where credibility matters. He can say he's the son of Yar Adua in the presence of his credentials. Quite very valid. Nigerians are very smart too. But this particular one from somebody that you should know, those of you from Edo State, Rantia Day Idahosa, Bensi Idahosa. By the way, Rantia Day Bensi Idahosa is the daughter of the late father of Pentecostalism in West Africa. Of course, Archbishop Benson Andrew Idahosa. She says, I have a famous father too, and yes, building your own name is work. But truth be told, your father's name gives you a head start and makes that climb considerably easier. Somewhat incredulous to characterize it as otherwise. Now, clearly stating, Umaru Musa Yaradua's, the President Umaru Musa Yaradua's nephew, yeah, and of course his father too was a senator. I don't know if she's a senator, but I was a senator. So, of course, he's got a family name. That's the same family with the Sheikh Musa Yaradua, like you heard there. Very, very notable and noble family. And for any reason, one of the reasons why this would count, like somebody said, the father in the short time he spent as president of Nigeria did leave good marks in the sands of time. Unfortunately, he couldn't live so long to have seen all of his dreams and ideas of the better country, especially as regards due process, separation of power, and rule of law, came into fusion and in the nation that we live. But all that is history. May God be kind. May heavens be kind to Yar Adua, even though a couple of things had happened by his death. All that is politics. But for the man, good man, I will must say that. So this guy here is saying that he has so, and I like the motivation. I agree with him. It's somewhat of a personal challenge to him to say, irrespective of what is around me, I want to have to build my own. But you cannot take away the fact that he's got an advantage. Unfortunately for him, it is. But not sure for so many other politicians it is a disadvantage. In years to come, like I said in my comment there, in case somebody else wants to do this, he can say this now because it is Yar Adua's, right? I'm not sure Buhari's children can say same. A lot of Nigerian politicians will not be able to have this kind of thing said. They will not be okay. They can be of fair advantage in certain quarters politically. MK Abiola's children were in Tinubu's government. I hear that if Babagida's son was given an appointment, all of that. But away from all of this, how does society accept you? And that's what you are seeing here in the reflection. Beyond political spectrum, beyond the corridors of power, how does society? So all of this has, so whatever names you carry has a ripple effect on how you go, whether for good or for bad. So if you're advantageous to have a name that has integrity and credibility, good for you. Build on that. You can't assume that the name doesn't have an effect. It does have an effect, good or bad. If you are privileged to have a name that can open doors for you, can you imagine Bessie Daosa's name, right? Igbine Dion's name. The time Lucky became governor, he should not have even deserved to even be. But his father has built a legacy. At that time, the biggest export from the red soil, and even Bender State at the time. Great man. Owned the first privately owned airline, built the first private university. So it was easy for Lucky to have become governor. Whatever Lucky did with it, ostentatiously his, right? I'm not proud Lucky Benedict will be, I'm not sure Lucky Benedict will be proud of what he did as governor, but his father's name will put. Whether his own children can use his own name as Lucky Benedict is a different ballgame entirely. So take the advantage. And like Sir Fola Jomi said it, there is always going to be an unfair advantage. Some of you is education that your parents are able to offer. Some of you is religious, is faith-based practice. It is lifestyle. It is habit. So there's always going to be an advantage. You are not going to have it all. Oh, clearly, you are not going to have it all. You will not. For some of you, your father may not be able to leave you with a name, but he can leave you with a practice, a lifestyle, quality wisdom added to you. For some of you, the name may not be popular, but it can just be a name that you can beat your chest to say, go check my father's record, go check who my father is.